So in this video, I'm going to give you a full overview of LeadScore AI. I'll talk about what the tool is solving, what are some of the challenges that we're seeing in the sales and marketing space, and how we're uniquely addressing those problems within this space. So first of all, let's talk about who this tool is for and why would you want to use it. So this tool is ideally for small, mid-sized sales team. It doesn't matter whether you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to reach out to do outbound sales, or you're a larger organization with a small sales team and you're trying to find efficient ways of moving your team forward and essentially closing deals. So one of the challenges that we've seen in the industry altogether is the fact that a lot of the tools that exist on the market are very siloed, meaning that they do one thing really well, but they don't necessarily combine the pieces together. So what ended up happening is a lot of the salespeople that we talk to and that we see out in the market, the way how they handle sales is they're jumping from tool to tool. So the way how we categorize these tools is that they have roughly about 4 different categories of tools. So you have your prospecting tools, and these prospecting tools, these are your LinkedIn Sales Navigator, your Seamless AI, Zoom Info, etc. What these tools do really is they have massive databases of leads. Now, the great thing about them is that you can go into those tools and segment the leads, find the industry that you want to target, and start doing outbound in that particular regards. So that's a really good thing. The next set of tools that we have is what I consider the qualifying tools or the qualification tools. These are your CRMs of the world. You're talking your HubSpot, your Pipe Drives. You could even put Salesforce in there, the CRM portion, Monday.com, etc. All of these tools have one thing in common. They're designed to have you enter your leads in their platform, and you have the ability to enter notes, move your pipeline along, and track the day-to-day communication. This is why we kind of label them as qualification tools, because essentially what it is a salesperson job to figure out what to do with those leads in the platform. Next up, we have what I consider communication tools, and these are pretty standard. In fact, it is a communication category, right? Your emails, etc., your Zoom. So these tools, everybody knows them. They're tried and true. They serve a fantastic purpose of just communication. And last but not least, we have this proposal, right? If you're doing sales and you're doing lots of outbound, you have to start with your prospecting tools, move over to your qualification tools, and then obviously do email communication, Zoom meetings, etc., or Teams meeting, and then obviously send a proposal, right? So what LeadScore AI is trying to do is help to orchestrate or consolidate you having to jump between multiple different tools, which is a really big pain point that we're seeing across the industry when it comes to sales reps, sales marketing, staff, etc. They're just basically spending a lot of time pushing data between platforms. Now, yes, there are ways to solve this problem by implementing a system like Make.com or Zapier to pull and push the data. Some of the tools integrate, but some of them don't. And heaven forbid you have some tool that is not mainstream on this list, forget it. You have a really hard time to get that tool to integrate into your workflow and your processes. So what ends up happening is most people end up with just lots and lots of Excel spreadsheets that they import and export from multiple different systems. The problem with this approach is that those Excel that you import and export, you tend to lose data as you move between different tools. And so what we're doing with LeadScore AI is allow you to centralize that information and not allow you to lose the data, and be responsible for pulling and pushing that data throughout any of the platforms. So that's one of the core major objectives of the platform. The second objective altogether is that it allows you to efficiently send out mass or high volume of email communication and track those communications across the entire life cycle of the customer. So our philosophy and goal right now is that one salesperson should be able to manage 100,000 leads without feeling overwhelmed or caught up in the day-to-day grind of the process. They should be coming into the system, and the goal of the system is be able to just give them the information that they need to know to make decisions as to who they should be calling and who they should be following up with just by having them log into the platform. This way we take out some of the grunt work from the day-to-day grind, of using these platforms altogether. So hopefully that gives you an overview. And then what I'll do in the next video is go a little bit more in depth about that process. This is just really to give you a quick high-level overview of what is the core objective of LeadScore AI. And then from there, we'll dive a little bit deeper. All right. Thank you.